Okay, welcome back to my channel, and this is a new what if that I'm going to be starting. This is what if Deku was the Dragon King. Now, this is basically a reincarnation Deku, and let's get into it. We're in a world where there are no quirks, and dragons once ruled the world, but not through fear, not through evil. They ruled it through protecting it from demons, fallen angels, and other, no, not fallen angels. They would sometimes have to protect it from fallen angels, as fallen angels laid on the side of, good and evil, from other things, other forces outside of, humans, when humans can, take care of. The dragons was nice to the humans. They wanted peace, and their king, he also wanted peace. The Dragon King. In this world, they had magic. They used magic as, their way of life. Dragons didn't. They housed magic too, but they didn't use magic. All the things they did was natural. They was creatures of the earth itself. Unlike humans, everything they can do is far beyond. It's godlike. So, one day, the humans did something that drastically changed their world. They slaughtered all the dragons, except for one, the Dragon King. As the Dragon King heard that his, basically his kin was all killed from these measly humans, he was enraged. The Dragon King looked like this. Oh yeah, and this song made by read that on your own accord. I cannot, pronounce it. I'm horrible at pronouncing names. The Dragon King came out of his cave of seclusion and let out a huge roar that could be felt all over the world. One of anger. His roar brought about, storm clouds, roaring waves, earthquakes, lightning, rain that did not stop pouring. It brought about calamity. For the Dragon King was mad. He was angry. He was also sad. To hear that all of his kin had died by these humans that they so try to protect, but they still ended up betraying them in the long run. As the Dragon King bared his wings, and he started flying, he rose from the ground as he goes into the air, goes into the storm clouds, and the fate of lightning quickly at the destination that all of his kin was killed at. As the humans, heard this roar, the roar of a dragon, not just any roar. This roar was so powerful, the whole world shook. This roar, alerted someone, but this someone will not come yet, as she is not here yet. As the humans see this dragon, and this dragon announces his presence. You dare, humans, kill my kin. We tried to make peace with you, but I guess it won't help. I will annihilate all of you. As the Dragon King started to spit green fire, burning houses, killing humans. He killed a lot of humans all over the world, from the storms, the hurricanes, the rain, the flooding, all of this, the lightning. The world went into darkness. As the Dragon King was angry. He was sad. His tears flowed. Dust looking like normal tears, but as hot as the sun, burning straight through the ground. Anyone touched by them get killed immediately. At this point, it looks like no one can stop the Dragon King. No one. And the humans thinking about, what did we do to make this dragon so mad? Then they thought about it. We slaughtered his whole race. Just because we thought they would be a threat to us one day. And now we figure out they are. But they weren't a threat to us. We were the threat to us. We brought about this on Calamity. And then something happened. And a phoenix came. And then, the phoenix started talking to the dragon. Dragon King, stop what you're doing. Stop what you are doing now. That's what Dragon King said. You dare to protect these mortals, Phoenix? That's the Phoenix Queen that says, it's my job to protect them. What are you even so mad about? What are you going on about? Why are you causing such calamity? These mortals, these humans, have killed my kin. As the Phoenix Queen basically says, she didn't say nothing. She kept quiet. As Dragon King says, you have no words for that, huh? So let me sit back and let me destroy these humans. As the Dragon King, started to amplify his power from his rage, he started using more power. As he started destroying the world even more, cracks start forming. More people start dying. They're scared. They now know the full power of the Dragon King. Well, what they perceive as the full power. But he hasn't actually used his full power yet. The Phoenix Queen then says, it's my job to protect these humans. The Dragon King then states, you protect these humans with their hearts of black. You dare to protect them? Then you shall die with them. As the Dragon King shoot fire at the Phoenix Queen. As the Phoenix Queen blocks the fire. And then she says, since we are equal in power, there's nothing I can really do to kill you. So how about this? I will take you with me to death's door, and we shall die together. As Dragon King says, whatever you say. As they go into their final attacks, shooting them off at each other, and boom, the Dragon King and Phoenix Queen are dead. Now, the Dragon King is then reborn into the body of a little boy. This little boy who is nothing but 3 years old, but he seems to be in a strange place. It's dark around him. His arms, his wrists more specifically, and his ankles feel cold. They feel of metal. His body feels sore. he feels hungry, thirsty. Then the memories start rushing to the Dragon King. Then he start seeing all the kids' memories. His name, Izuku Midoriya. Age, 6 years old. His family, Inko Midoriya, Hisashi Midoriya, Izuki Midoriya. His friends, none. Bullies, Katsuki Bakugo, and his entire school, along with Izuki Midoriya. His loved ones. This kid loves no one. He loves nothing. He has no love. His hatred is for his family and his world. After Dragon King then sees what they did to him. They tortured this boy. They made him go days without food or water. They did all this to a kid just because he didn't have this power called a quirk. And it seems that they started this when he was nothing but 3. Humans really do have hearts of black. And now, let's switch over to a character. As the Phoenix Queen is reborn too into this world. Into a family. As a little girl. A 5-year-old girl. As she, basically wakes up to a loving family, a caring family. As she looks through, the family's memory. Family, mother, loving father. She loves her mother and her father. She's from a rich family. And she doesn't really go out much, so she don't really have any friends. Except for the friends at her private school. And more memories. This kid name is Yui. Yui, Yui, yes, Yui McCoy. Why not? This girl name is Yui McCoy. As she wakes up, the Phoenix Queen wakes up in this girl's body. She says, so, I was reborn into this world. That's this little girl. So, the Dragon King must also be here. Knowing him, he's probably going to try to destroy this world. So I must train to, get the same power I had back in the other world and defeat him and stop him. As those two, the Dragon King and the Phoenix Queen, live 2 different lives. Now, let's skip. Oh yeah, UA is in high school. Let's skip. 5 years into the future. As UA lived a good life, but Deku did not. Every day, torture. His hatred grows every day. He loves nothing. This world he sees is darkness. He wants to destroy it all. He wants to make it all burn. He wants to see it all burn. He just wants the pain to stop. But he won't. It goes on every day. And there's nothing he can do about it. Until that day comes along when he can. When the Dragon King speaks to him. Kid, As Deku says, who said that? I did, kid. My name is the Dragon King, Zeref. I'm gonna help you break out of here, kid. All you have to do, well, it's nothing. I have found pity upon you, kid. You're tortured. You're saddened. But to have my power, you must bear the rage of it and conquer that rage. You must also bear my sadness, my burdens, my weaknesses, which are not much, but you may also bear my powers. As Deku says, yes, I'll do anything to get out of here. As the Dragon King smiles and says, then kid, rise. Show these humans what you're made of. Take my power and become the next Dragon King of this world. As Deku says, thank you. As the Dragon King fades away and goes into slumber. As Deku opens his eyes full of fire, he then breaks from his chains. His body is still weak, but he is strong. He don't know what kind of power this is. He thought it was just a dream. So, Deku breaks out. At this time, Inko, Hisashi, and Izuki are not home. What Deku does is, he sets the house ablaze. While he's still in there, it explodes. But he's not injured. He walks straight through the flame, not damaged by it. It seems that the dragon is unaffected by fire. So, Deku goes into the woods. Now let's switch our POV over to a little girl, a 10-year-old girl named Izuki. As Izuki is just coming back from playing at, a park. She gets home along with her mother and her father. As they get to see, before they got to the park, they get to see a fire truck rush down the street. As it, they think nothing of it. And then they get home to see that same fire truck putting out a fire at their house. As the fire is put out, and then the police investigated to see what caused the fire. Inko and Hisashi try to stop the police from, searching the house to see what happened because of the evidence they have in the basement of incriminating them of child torture. The police still search the house, however. Then they find this room. In the basement, they see chains, broken chains. They see blood on the floor. They see these tools, instruments that Inko and Hisashi use to pleasure themselves in the pain of their son. Izuki would also sometimes come down here, bringing one of her friends, Bakugo Koski, with her to show him the pain of her brother, of her twin brother. They then collect the blood, and then they test it at the station, finding out that this is the blood of Izuku Midoriya, related to Inko Midoriya, Hisashi Midoriya, Izuki Midoriya. They label him missing because they did not find a body at the fire. Inko and Hisashi are questioned for why the blood of Izuku Midoriya and his disappearance. They plead not guilty. They don't know what happened. But the evidence is there. They get arrested. Izuki, she gets taken in for the time being until, Hisashi and Inko get out of jail by the Bakugo family. Now, switch our POV to UA. UA is looking on the news as she sees this news. A house burned down in such and such street at such and such time. Family, that was living in the house. Inko Midoriya, Hisashi Midoriya, Izuku Midoriya, and Izuki Midoriya. Izuku Midoriya is currently missing. If you see this boy, please tell us immediately. There's some more news about this boy. He might look frail, with bruises all over his body along with scars from him being tortured by the family, from what we heard. There's people that heard the news all over the world were shocked by this news. And so was Yue, a boy tortured. Then she thinks the Dragon King was right. Humans have such black hearts, but not all humans have these hearts. That's what she's thinking. Some humans can't be saved. And that is in fact correct. Some humans, but not all. Izuku hears the news. Inko and Hisashi Midoriya arrested under the count of child abuse. And then, Izuku wanted some payback. He goes to the jail, where they was at. Uses one of the Dragon King's ability and turns invisible. He finds the cell of Inko and Hisashi Midoriya as he goes from being invisible to visible. As they see Deku, they say, you brat, look what you put us in, look kind of situation you put us in. As Deku isn't talking. Inko says, talk to me when I'm talking to you, brat. As Deku looks up, his eyes full of fire. Then he holds a fireball in his hand. And Inko says, wait, please. No, as Deku basically shoots fire at Inko and Hisashi as they start to scream. Oh yeah, this is one of my darker what ifs. They scream. Their screams can be heard all over the jail as the officers start, running into the room as they see Izuku Midoriya burning Inko Midoriya and Hisashi Midoriya. As Izuku sees them, as he stops burning them, turns back invisible and somehow slips away. Then they said on the news, Inko Midoriya and Hisashi Midoriya have been pronounced deceased. They was burnt to a crisp by their son, Izuku Midoriya. As Izuki sees this, as she's crying, that her mother and her father are dead. They're gone forever. As Yue, she also sees this. She says, those iconic green flames. It's the Dragon King, alright? I have to find that kid. The Dragon King. I must stop him at all cost. Now, Under the Dragon King's advice, Izuku works on his body. He trains himself. He becomes stronger. He also becomes a vigilante. He steps in neither the side of good or the side of bad. He kills heroes and villains. He does not care. He thinks all humans deserve to die. No one is innocent. And that's Izuku. Midoriya has started to act like the Dragon King. He's got the Dragon King's rage, the Dragon King's sadness, which will come out certain times. But he controls the rage and the sadness. The rage will not take over him, neither will the sadness. He's completed them. He's refined them. He's fully activated it. He can go into a rage mode, which boosts his fire, his power, his strength, his speed, his agility. Or he goes into sadness, which boosts his defense, his water, his lightning, and other things. As we will now skip 8 years. They're now 18, as Deku has been going around killing villains, killing heroes. The heroes and the villains are looking for this kid that they call the Dragon. All Might is looking for him. So is All For One. All For One is looking to either recruit him, or if he can't recruit him, take his quirk. All Might is looking to stop him. Which side would stop this kid? Neither. No one can stop the Dragon King. One day, he got into a fight with a hero. This hero was harassing a woman, acting all high and mighty just because he was a hero, which Izuku did not like. So, Izuku just walked up to the man, put his hand on the man's face, and burned his whole body to a crisp. As the woman ran away screaming, this man was, in the alleyway, he saw this. As he jumped out, used this thing to wrap around Izuku, and revealed his red eyes. And he said, "Stop, villain." As the man, then attacked Izuku. But it did nothing. Izuku knocked him away. He says, "Oh, a scarf. You must be Eraserhead. I've seen you around town before. Well, it doesn't really matter. See you," as Deku teleports away through lightning. As lightning came down, struck his body, and he was gone. As Aizawa was shocked by this. The next day, Aizawa basically reported this to Nezu, to All Might, and the rest of the heroes he could. He says he met the dragon. They say, "What?" And he said he fought with him, but even his quirk did not work on him. He could not cancel his. And then he teleported with lightning. I say, "What?" Now, it's put on the news. The dragon, strikes again, killing a hero. As they say, got one witness. As this witness says, I was being harassed by the hero, and then the Dragon King came. Well, the dragon came and basically brought the hero down. After that, I ran away. They say, okay. So they say, the Dragon King strikes again. And we see this girl with red hair. Well, white hair with red highlights. Saying, it's really getting out of control. I have to stop him. So I've narrowed down what city he's in, so I just had to go there and stop him. How about tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna go tonight. As now we skip to another day, at night. As Izuku is basically just walking on the roofs. Jumping from roof to roof. Just having a stroll. He's trying to clear his mind. As then he comes across this girl with white hair and red highlights. As she then says, it's been a long time, hasn't it, Dragon King? As Dragon King just says, it has been, hasn't it, Phoenix Queen? As the Phoenix Queen says, yes, and I must stop you. You've been killing all of these innocent people. As the Dragon King then says, I kill no innocent. You know that. I've killed nothing but people with black hearts of old. You don't have to worry. I've killed no innocents, and I never have. She says, yes, you did. You killed the hero. As he says, just because he's a hero does not mean he's innocent. She says, whatever, I must stop you. As Dragon King says, do your best. I don't really care anymore about you. Ever since my race died and you stopped me from getting my revenge, we no longer have ties with each other. So goodbye. After Dragon King teleports away, through lightning he teleports away. As the Phoenix Queen is left there, saddened by what she just heard. I am no longer friends with you. As she goes back home, goes into her room and cries by those words. Flashback. You can see two young kids. One with fully red hair and one with green hair. These are the Dragon King and the Phoenix Queen when they was kids. The Dragon King was basically talking to the Phoenix Queen, and they was friends, best friends. They did everything together. Till they grew up and they got their dragon and phoenix forms. The Dragon King can turn into, his dragon form. It looks like this. The Phoenix Queen could turn into her phoenix. Her red phoenix. Then they had to take over their races, respectively. And then, in the flashback, as she cries herself to sleep, and that's where we're going to end this off. Tell me if you like this series, because I'm going to be doing this from now on. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.